Well, like Rick, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this incredible symposium. And I prepared some slides, not because I'm completely slide dependent, but mostly because I wanted to show you Mary, pictures of Mary, because I think some of you probably have never seen her. And I didn't want that to be true past this conference. And also so you could see her in her own words and to illustrate very graphically some of the points I hope to make. So this is a picture, you may recognize this, taken here in Atlanta, and I believe it was a Rosalind Carter Institute grant review process. And this is Mary standing next to Mrs. Carter, and I'm way in the back where I should be. And these were interactions that occurred later in my professional career, and I hope to trace for you some of the early influences onto the later influences and the kinds of opportunities she created for me. So by conservative estimate, Mary has been responsible for the educational development of more than 10,000 health professionals in a variety of disciplines. And I am one of those lucky people. In 1983, I received a KO1 award from the National Institute of Mental Health. There were 4 nurses in this first interdisciplinary cohort and 8 geropsychiatrists. But the key thing for me was the modeling of the mentorship team there at the Mental Disorders of the Aging branch at NIMH. They consisted of Dr. Jean Cohn, who recently passed away. It'll be 2 weeks, what is today, Wednesday? I flunked a mental status exam. 2 weeks this Friday. Barry Lebowitz, Enid Light, and Mary Starke Harper, of course. And they modeled by example. They mentored all of us. They fostered collegial relationships, and they lasted throughout their lifetimes and still do. And I'll just give you one little story. Enid Light is still at NIMH and still in charge of training programs. A few years ago, she called me and she said, you know, there's a psychologist at the University of Iowa, not a nurse, in the psychology department. She's had 2 unsuccessful K applications. This is when you could still do 3. And she said, I've told her she really needs a psychiatric nurse on her mentorship panel. So I've given her your name, and you can expect a call. So I got a call and agreed to come on the mentorship panel. And I'm happy to say that not only was this psychologist funded through these interdisciplinary connections that were forged more than 26 years ago, but she is now a faculty member at our College of Nursing, and I'm still in the happy position of being one of her K Award mentees, and she's doing a fabulous job. Barry, Jean, Mary, and Enid taught us about the importance of research, the value of publications, and of policy making. Now, Mary, if you ever met her, had a commanding presence. She dominated a room. Her very first command to me was, you must do something about mental health care in nursing homes. Quite a charge. Also, to the group of 4 nurses who were Beverly Baldwin, Lois Grau, Meg Weichel, and myself, she gave this charge. The future of geriatric mental health nursing is on your shoulders. Now, imagine being 3 years out of your doctorate and have somebody like Mary give you this kind of challenge. Mary's influence on me, as well as many other people, can be summed up in a couple of areas that I wanted to share with you. She always aimed high. And where you see quotation marks, these are either her own words taken from some archives that I have or letters, or what other people have written about her. That each patient receive the best care available, regardless of race, ethnicity, literacy, socioeconomic status, and to be a leader in the field of nursing. That was her stated goal. She was interested in and compassionate about every human being. That's really a tall order. She recognized the abilities and values in people, and yet she constantly pushed you to achieve your best, She helped people, and this is her own words, gain access and use of their talents. And she worked tirelessly, and she expected much out of others. One of her mottos, and this was learned from her parents, was whatever you do, do it well. Now this is a letter to me, and we corresponded up until right before her death. She did not use email, but she certainly called, and she corresponded in her large hand. And this is just to illustrate the point that she always was encouraging, and she was always appreciative. And this letter says, congratulations on your new appointment. I'm very proud of you. I want to thank you for your support in getting this article. We were writing something together. But you can imagine how encouraging that was as a budding academic to get this kind of letter from somebody like Mary, always being encouraging, being thankful, being appreciative. And then the line that I love in here and will forever cherish is, I cherish our friendship. So it was like, we're not only colleagues, we're friends.